Unions are as American as apple pie. From the Industrial Revolution to today, labor unions continue to improve the lives of all workers, raise wages, and strengthen workers' rights and safety. Common concepts we take for granted today were hard fought for and won by labor unions. Work-free weekends, 8-hour workdays, 40-hour work weeks, child labor laws, COVID safety measures, health care, and Labor Day cookouts. The list goes on and on. But since its peak in the 1980s, union membership has been on the decline.
Unions are still struggling.
Union membership has been on the decline in the United States for decades.
Millions of lost paychecks.
This has seen a direct correlation with the rise of income inequality in the United States and wage stagnation. Today, only about 1 in 10 American workers are in a labor union. Millions of workers, many of whom are women and people of color, are not protected under current U.S. labor law. And even legally covered workers face a tough road to join a union.
Amazon has won enough votes to beat the union effort in Alabama.
Whole industries have been discouraged or threatened from unionizing. Fast food workers, domestic workers, agriculture workers, Apple geniuses, Uber drivers, Amazon delivery people, you name it. Most likely they're not unionized and don't have any bargaining power. But sectoral bargaining could help give all workers a voice. How sectoral bargaining can boost labor unions. Currently in the United States, most unions are worksite specific. For example, if fast food workers at one McDonald's unionized, they'd be in a different union than the McDonald's workers trying to organize across town. And none would be in the same union as, say, workers from a Burger King. Even though they are all workers in the same industry in relatively the same location, they might be compensated very differently. Sectoral bargaining aims to cover workers across a whole industry, standardizing compensation, such as wages and benefits, for workers across a sector of the labor market. So all fast food workers, or all auto industry workers, or healthcare workers can share similar compensation structures or health benefits, no matter what specific worksite you work for. Sectoral bargaining aims to increase union coverage and raise wages for most workers, reduce economic inequality, close racial and gender pay gaps, and boost economic productivity, and prevent firms from moving or contracting out work to avoid bargaining. But adopting sectoral bargaining doesn't mean the elimination of traditional unions. It's quite the opposite. To modernize its labor system, the United States needs to encourage both sectoral and worksite level bargaining. Sectoral bargaining reduces incentives for employers to fight unionization, as it ensures that all work sites pay similarly for labor. Meanwhile, stronger worksite level unions give workers the ability to negotiate on workplace-specific issues. We have seen sectoral bargaining work in the U.S., particularly in the auto industry.
All kinds of workers in the service and care economy need an intervention like Ford, GM, and Chrysler were to auto in the last century. Ford made a deal, GM and Chrysler had to match it. That created a form of sectoral bargaining that was frankly not written into law, but became the practice of the auto companies as a way to get their production done. And so that's the same imagination we need in the 21st century for the current workforce.
Other countries, including Britain, Australia, and Canada, are looking to strengthen their sectoral bargaining as part of efforts to address deep economic and political issues in their societies. In order to implement sectoral bargaining, the United States will need major reforms to its current labor laws. The political landscape surrounding unions is shifting in a more favorable direction.
Make sure we have sectoral bargaining so that unions from the auto workers all the way to fast food workers can ensure that we improve workers' conditions.
We need strong pro-labor legislation.
We want to have good jobs in America, then we need stronger unions.
Some cities and states are engaged in pilot efforts of sectoral standard setting to achieve higher standards for workers, especially for those who have been excluded from labor law for too long. Policymakers today need to ensure workers have strong rights through the PRO Act and support sectoral bargaining with policies to extend union wage rates across entire industries to union and non-union workers. It is imperative that they promote policies that help workers join unions and improve collective bargaining. Sectoral bargaining reduces economic inequality and boosts economic productivity. It would help ensure most American workers have bargaining power in their industry and can get their fair share of the pie. To learn more about sectoral bargaining, visit AmericanProgress.org.